Now, this topic here is one of the limiting factors of a practice, and I don't think many doctors realize it, that it's your notes. Your notes can be a very limiting factor in your practice, and specifically, I'm going to talk about the soap notes. And the point being is, if you are not done, the two main points of reference here is, number one, it can be a very limiting part of your practice and limiting your growth. And a lot of doctors don't even know it's happening. I've seen it happen so many times, but the doctor doesn't even know it's limiting your growth. In other words, if you are still having to do soap notes, after the patient has left the room and before you've seen another patient, you're limiting yourself tremendously. You will not be able to grow your practice if at the end of the day or between patients, you're trying to do your soap notes. That's called a terrible system, and most doctors don't even realize it. They do it. They'll not do their soap notes, at the time of that interaction. So when they're done with that interaction, the notes are totally done. So instead of doing that, they have a really bad system, so they'll see another patient, and next thing you know, they're doing notes at the end of the day. Or they're trying to do them between patients, if there's a lull in patients. And I just want you to know that if that's you got a major practice growth problem. And I've done this with several doctors, and I've talked, and I had one doctor say to me, he said, but that's my system of doing notes. In other words, he justified it. So here at the end of the day, he still had to do all these soap notes. And then I said, you can't do that. You can't expect to grow a practice. And at the end of the day, it's too damn negative. It's a huge negative feedback loop. It's a total practice killer. And then the doctor says, but that's my system. He couldn't even see that he had a shitty system. Just because it's a system doesn't mean it's good. It just means it's a system. That's all it means. So many times I've seen doctors just be inhibited from their practice growth. I remember I got one doctor that he's still writing. He's still writing. And so he'll treat the patient, and between patients, he's got a stack. So every day he's got like a stack of notes that he's trying to fill in the soap notes. And at the end of the day, he's trying to fill in soap notes. And, just a major negative. It's who wants new patients if that's what you're getting at the end of the day? Nobody wants new patients. Nobody wants new patients to get more of that. And by the way, you won't even have the time. So it's a major practice inhibitor when you don't have your soap notes done at the end of that visit.